Bounce to the jingle, bounce to the jingle, pounce like a bango, pounce like a bango. Tiger inspired, twisted like tango wire. Stuff eyes on these rhymers, it's the freak styler. Hate this life, but love this craft. Skip class, kick gas like a lit match. Kick gas, bit fast, bit past you with a dash on this track coming at you. Bad news for your bitch ass.
What a day! What a day!
What a day! What a day to record episode 2 of Whatcha Watching with the Bash Bros. I'm your host, Sexy Sheep, Dave Turner.
And I'm big facts, Chris Ross.
I almost actually called myself Sexy Sheep Chris Ross because I was thinking about you.
Oh, sweet tea. What a delight.
Sweet tea is a delight.
It is. That's why it's so popular.
It did get a lot of good stuff. I had somebody ask me today, somebody asked me what my opinion of Dave Turner and Chris Ross was. And she goes, so what are you doing over there? And I go, oh, nothing. Podcast, trying to build this Bash Bros brand. She's like, well, I'm 100% in support of Dave Turner. And I told him this. And if you vouch for Chris, then I vouch for Chris. I'm like, oh, that's sweet of you.
It's wild.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we've had varying opinions on us over the years.
Yeah.
Very varying.
Yeah, it's like literally 0 and 100%. It's just we've done the whole gamut of opinions.
We really have. But I think, I guess if people are talking about the Bash Bros, that's good, right?
Yeah, and you can't break the mold if you don't break some shit.
Right. You got to step on some, you got to break some eggs to make an omelet?
Yep, you got to break some eggs to make an omelet. Which, like, obviously you do. What else are you going to put an omelet? Like, you need the egg.
Yeah. I've never been good at making omelets. I don't think I grease the pan enough.
Me either. But, you could probably find that on YouTube, how to make a good omelet.
Probably. You know what I have been making, speaking of eggs?
No, not peanut butter eggs again.
Oh, yeah, baby. The Black Sheep Breakfast Buddy. It was a sandwich that was created by a Twitter follower of mine. Let's see if we can find who this is so we can give him a little shout-out ski.
A little shout-out ski about the Breakfast Buddy?
Yeah. You know what? It'd be faster probably to go to our Facebook page. But here's the breakdown of this sandwich. It's whole wheat toast. I use Dave's Killer Bread, 21 grain.
Yeah, that's a good bread.
It really is a good bread. I love the little fucking seeds in that bread and shit.
Yeah, it's so good.
It really is. And then I personally butter the insides of both pieces of bread with peanut butter. And then I put the eggs on there. And then I put some honey roasted ham on there as well. It's really pretty good.
Seems dry.
I mean, I guess it depends on if you toast the bread. I toasted the bread. It was a little dry, but it was good. So, are you toasting the bread? Are you, how much peanut butter are you putting on the bread? Like, those would probably play a factor in how dry it is, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. You're definitely not wrong. I mean,
it was good though, man. It was real good. It's kind of been a little favorite of mine. And it's nice because it's a nice breakfast where it's Brother Wesley is writing at Brother X Wes on Twitter. He made up the Black Sheep Breakfast Buddy sandwich. But it's a nice sandwich because, if you're not using like shit quality food, you're kind of getting all the good macronutrients in there and stuff like that. So it's good. But I digress.
Yes. But
enough
on
about this fucking food.
The digression. Me ask a question to you, bud.
I'm ready for any question you can ever ask me. The answer is yes. I will 100% fucking marry you.
Well, that's not the question.
Oh,
the question is,
shit.
Dave?
Yes, Chris?
What you watching?
What am I watching?
Yep.
Funny that you asked me that, because I'm actually watching a program. Let me be clear. I have not watched any wrestling this week because you and I stood out in front of my garage You showed me the first 2 minutes of Letterkenny.
Yes.
I laughed my fucking ass off.
Same.
And I've been sitting and binge watching Letterkenny ever since.
Yep, same thing. I mean, I guess I had a couple days head start on you, so I'm on like season 7. It is.
Oh, you're cruising. I'm on 4.
Oh yeah, dude. It's nonstop at my house. I even restarted it.
For real?
Yeah, I got to season 3 by myself, and my wife's like, "This show's funny. Let me watch it." And I was like, "Let's do this." And we restarted the whole damn thing.
I haven't had this show's funny conversation with my wife yet. I did put my leg up on a bar stool though and pretend like I was Gail.
Did you give her the old one of the several sexual innuendo lines that she drops?
Of course. I looked at her and I said, "Hey, you want to give me a 68?" She said, "What's that?" And I go, "You go down on me and then I'll owe you one." And she looked at me and goes, "You got that from that show, didn't you?" I mean, at least she knows where my material's coming from.
That's true. That's true. I mean, there's so many good parts about this show.
There's so many fucking good parts. The whole show's just so goddamn good. Every character is spot on that show.
Yes, it is. And I mean, I'm 7 seasons in, right? But every character stays true to itself. They don't try to change anything. It's like you are a soda brand, and then 5 years in, you're like, we're going to change our formula.
Like Coke
No,
did?
man. Yeah, like Coke did. And then it just obviously went back because nobody gave a shit. You don't change perfection, damn it.
No, you really don't.
I mean, if you absolutely need to because you're running out of material, maybe it's just time to end the show.
Well, and I feel like if you watch the show, it's not like if you go back and you watch Friends, right? It felt like several days or weeks had passed in between episodes.
Yep.
This kind of feels like it's a day in the life, and then when that day is wrapped up, it's the next day. Like it doesn't feel like a lot of time passes in between episodes.
Not really. I mean, between seasons, sure. You know, there's they hit the winter season and spring and summer. They kind of have a gamut of different weathers and temperatures, which adds to the characters and the stories.
Yeah.
So you know, speaking of Friends
from Upcountry.
Yeah, the D-Gens from Upcountry. But just like you're talking about Friends, I mean, every single Friends character out of the 6 stayed the same.
Yeah.
It's not like Phoebe became a genius. It's not like, you know, Monica stopped cooking or, you know, nobody changed.
Are there shows though really where people change?
I think so. I think it happens more in dramas.
Yeah. Like soaps. Fuck, man. Soaps are good too.
Soaps are interesting.
I used to watch Passions.
Who didn't? To be fair, I was a small child, and my daycare would play the soaps.
That seems awfully inappropriate.
Yep.
My daycare played the Buttercream Gang.
Sounds pretty inappropriate.
Oh, buddy. The Buttercream Gang, fantastic movie. Very Christian. I don't even remember the actual premise of the movie. I just remember 2 things. There was, like, it was about this kid's cousin who moved to this small town from New York City. So he was all kind of like thugged out and shit. Like typical 90s New York street kid, like what the stereotype was.
So he was like a big city slam, and then he went to like the little city?
He wasn't even a big city slam, I don't think. Like not a snipe at all.
Jesus.
But he went to this little town where these kids like had this little Christian gang called the Buttercream Gang. And the guy
sounds like a gang of kids who jerk each other off. Is what it sounds like.
This was a wholesome fucking movie. Do not ruin it.
How do you make butter?
Churning it.
Okay.
Anyways.
How do you jerk off?
Churning it. Wait, no, that's not what you do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, jerking off is like an up and down motion. Churning is like an around motion.
Sure. I'm just saying, it's questionable.
If you're churning your wang to jerk off, you're doing it wrong, bud.
I don't churn my wang. I'm just saying.
then you're not making butter. So your reference is dead. You can't make fun of the Buttercream Gang and call them a bunch of jerk-offs because they weren't. They were just a nice little Christian group. And this street smart kid from New York comes in with his flannel shirt and like his white t-shirt underneath, and it was only buttoned at the top, at the collar where the collar met. And he looks at his cousin and he pulls his shirt aside like he's showing off his fucking tummy. And he goes, "You like my threads?" And I was like, oh shit, this guy means business. And I'm like, I don't know, there's some like fighting or whatever. And the leader of the Christian Buttercream Gang says, "An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind." That was it. That's all I took away from that movie. They made a sequel. Like, I think they went and fucking searched for gold in some mountain or some shit.
Okay, man, that's Christian movies, man. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, could have been watching Passions at daycare.
Yeah, that shit was
Learning
dope.
about the birds and the bees.
That little person that was like a wizard?
Are we talking about the same show?
I think so.
I don't remember that at all. I mean,
Maybe
I watched...
Maybe I'm thinking of a different... Wasn't it like a bit of witch... Yeah, this is the... Come on, man. It's a bit of witchcraft one. Yeah, there's like a little person in it. Or like a little kid that looked like a little person.
I don't remember that.
Oh, my God. Maybe you weren't watching enough Passions, bud.
I probably wasn't, honestly. Like, I would just go down to the break room and watch Passions. I would finish my tests. Because when I was watching soaps, it was during this point where I got hired with my company, so you'd have to, like, take all these tests. Well, I'd finish them. I'd be the first one. Then all the older people who got hired would, like, take a fucking hour and a half to finish their test. And I would just go down to the break room, play a little ping pong, watch some Passions, hit on this one really hot chick. And then she ended up leaving because she had some degree in, like, I don't know, promotions. She got a job with the Mariners, and she's like, "I can't just let my degree go to waste." I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
I mean, if that makes the most sense.
Yeah. I mean, her logic was sound. She was real hot, though, man.
You know, so she was, were you saying that she's a big city slam, bud?
Oh, big city slam.
Big city snipe?
Yep, big city snipe.
You know, speaking of Canada, I think this is going to be the hottest of hot takes ever.
Nicest people in the world?
Nicest people
Everybody
in the world.
knows that hot take.
Have you ever heard of a guy named Wolverine?
Yeah.
Fucking awful character.
What? Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. I've been watching the X-Men's lately.
You look me in the fucking eyes and you tell me that
Wolverine is dog shit! Is he even Canadian? I swear to God, at one point they made him Australian.
No, Hugh Jackman's Australian.
I know Hugh Jackman's Australian, but what Canadian has said bub ever?
Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
He can say whatever the fuck he wants.
I think he was originally Australian, and they're like, you know what? Doesn't work for us. We got to put him in Canada. That's how shitty of a character he is. He's a fucking lie and a half.
No.
This could be Mandela affected. I'll be honest with you. It could have been Mandela effect, but I'm telling you, I fucking hate Wolverine. He's a dog shit character. Fuck him. You know, fucking fuck him, bud.
Okay, listen. This is not a conversation that we need to have right now because this is going to be a fucking long one.
We're getting into it, bitch.
No, we're going to get into this next week. Right now, we're going to finish talking about Letterkenny.
Letterkenny is a perfect show.
Yeah, let's go back.
Perfect Canadians, unlike this dog shit character Wolverine.
I'm going to fucking fight you, dude.
Oh, never mind. I lied. You're right. I just looked it up because I was very curious. It said Canadian superhero.
Yeah. He was part of that Canadian team, Alpha Force or whatever.
Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
But you know what it was then? I think there's a show. There was a movie, a cartoon. I don't know if it was a pilot. I don't know exactly what it was called. A Matter of Pride. Came out in the early 90s.
Okay.
And it was like Kitty Pryde joins the X-Men. Yeah,
Okay.
It was about Kitty Pryde joining the X-Men. But I swear to God, they made this fucking Canadian asshole Wolverine Australian for that one film. It wasn't a film. It was a cartoon episode.
Okay. Like I said, this is going to have to be a topic that we talk about next week because this is going to be maybe even more than one episode, the X-Men conversation. I mean, we could get into it now if you want and carry it on into next week.
I feel like we should.
Boy, howdy.
we can. Letterkenny is just a show that everybody needs to watch. I mean,
I agree.
There's only so much to say about it. It's a perfect show.
That's true.
Hilarious.
I feel like while we're on the topic of Canada in general, people should also watch, and I told you this morning, Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek. I have not watched it, and I will definitely tune into it.
It's on Netflix. Canadians just churn out real good TV. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch the Canadian broadcast channel because they'd show boobs after a certain point at night.
No way.
Yeah, they didn't care. Part of the
No
nicest,
way.
yeah, part of being the nicest people in the world. Trust me. Ask Ferg about it. Ferg will tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will, because it's pretty cool.
Let's talk about this Wolverine thing. I don't want this to come between us.
I think Wolverine's the shits.
Let's put Wolverine to the side, okay? Let's not consider. Okay, Chris. Okay. Let's do this. Let's take Wolverine. We'll put him off to the side, as though he's not. Because I don't know that you can actually really consider him an X-Men by the true definition of the term. He didn't go to the school. He was recruited.
Neither did Storm, though.
Okay. She was a teacher at the school, though.
Yeah.
So she was affiliated with the academy in some way.
I mean, you gotta join the team. Listen, when he joined in the comic books, it felt like such a weird thing. Like the whole, because like they changed the whole team. Like the original 4 X-Men from, like, I guess we could quote unquote call it First Class, which was definitely the best fucking movie they ever made.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, and it sucks in a sense because it wasn't accurate to what it should have been on its own right. So it kind of makes me mad there.
What do you mean?
Like First Class was Angel, Iceman, Beast, Cyclops, and Jean.
Yeah.
And like that movie didn't have Cyclops in it. It didn't have Jean in it.
Okay.
It didn't have Angel in it.
Okay.
It didn't even have Iceman in it.
Okay.
It had Beast in it, which, you know, I mean, Jesus Christ.
I think where the issue comes in with that is that those characters had already been established in the original run of X-Men movies. So you kind of can't just throw them 30 years in the past and say, well, Cyclops was here to start this 30 years ago.
I don't know. Why can't you? I mean, like they're making it to seem like it's a reboot or a rebootable scenario.
Well, I don't ever really look at it as a reboot. Here's where I think the beauty of X-Men lies. And I think this is where a lot of people and I have differing opinions. I don't give a shit what you do with the movies, what you do with the TV shows, or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, they fuck with time so much that you could just retcon anything via wormholes and time travel and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that with any medium. Nah, maybe not any medium, but you can do it with anything with the Deus Ex Machina style writing ability. So anything superhero related or anything fiction.
Sure. I mean, honestly, that's what I love about, because I have the same opinion with DC movies. Is
God, those fucking train wreck of films.
I don't want to say that. You see Zack Snyder's making a Snyder cut of Justice League?
Zack Snyder sucks.
To be determined, I will say. It's coming out on HBO Max in 2021. I guess they're putting like another 20 million into this movie or something like that. That's what I heard.
How? The first one, I don't even think the first one was that. Man, Warner Brothers, fucking figure it out.
You figure it out.
You figure it out. Fucking Jesus, man. I'll be honest with you. DC, I mean, Marvel was killing it before Disney got involved.
Were they?
Yes.
Were they?
Yeah. Blade, Iron Man. I mean, the Hulk movies sucked.
Okay, first of all, I'll give you Iron Man. I will not give you Blade. I will also
Blade was the first Marvel movie.
No, Blade wasn't the first Marvel movie. X-Men was.
Are you fucking high right now?
When was Blade made?
Freaking 98, bro.
When was X-Men made?
2002.
Not 2002.
Hold on. I'm looking it up right now. No, not Last Stand. X-Men 2000. That's when X-Men came out. Blade 1998. Blade was, in fact, the first Marvel movie. 55% Rotten Tomatoes. Fuck you, Rotten Tomatoes. What do you know?
Well, okay. Still don't like Blade.
How do you not like Blade?
I don't know.
It's incredible.
Vampire.
Wesley Snipes?
I love Wesley Snipes. White Man Can't Jump, one of my favorite fucking
So
movies.
good. So good.
I can't get behind Blade because I have a vision in my brain of how vampires are. And I don't really like it fucked with that much. Underworld,
what is your vision of vampires? We need to start this from the top.
Okay.
What's your vision of vampires?
Interview with a Vampire style, Bram Stoker's Dracula, that type of shit. Dracula from Monster Squad.
Okay. Just like the purest sunlight kills you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Blade messed with that.
No. I mean, maybe I'll go back and give Blade another watch because I really like Underworld movies.
Underworld movies are fun.
They are, and I feel
they're
like
on Netflix. I think I might check one out.
I feel like Blade's kind of Underworld-ish, daywalkers and such.
But he's the only daywalker.
Right. I'll give it another shot. But
I think you should. It's like, for what it is, I enjoyed it.
When you say the Incredible Hulk movies, are we talking the Hulk movie?
Eric
or are we
Bana.
talking... Okay, yeah, that one was awful.
Edward Norton wasn't so bad.
Edward Norton was a fucking gem and should have been the Hulk the entire time, I feel.
I think Mark Ruffalo is a great Hulk.
I do not agree. I feel like Mark Ruffalo is just the guy from 13 going on 30 to me.
Oh,
and
God,
I can't take
that
it
movie's
seriously.
so fucking bad.
Are you fucking... What? I feel like we have a lot of varying opinions today.
I'm telling you, I watched 13 going on 30 recently, and I was like, this is a fucking piece of train wreck, trash ball, fucking suck fest movie.
Jennifer Garner is fucking adorable throughout that entire movie. Her childish charm wins me over every time.
It's too much. It's too much. Like,
she was a 13-year-old in a 30-year-old's body. How are you going to react?
Listen, you're not wrong. Like, it would be very off-putting to be 13 and, being 13 and appearing, waking up one day and you're like, look at me, I'm an adult now. There's a guy in my house and he's naked and I don't know how to deal with this. But like, I don't know, man. I just feel like the writing is so bad.
I also really love that movie, though, I think, because I really loved Big. And so it's like the female version of Big. She makes a wish.
Fuck, you know what? Now that you put it that way,
hard to hate.
I still don't. Just the dialogue's bad, and
yeah,
like when they do that. Listen, there's a scene where they do like a group dance where everybody does the Thriller dance. You're telling me that many people know how to do the fucking Thriller dance? No.
It's called a flash mob, motherfucker. So yeah, I think they do.
But it was never indicated that was a flash mob.
It was the first flash mob, so can't really call it something when terms not been made.
They didn't set it up. There was no setup. And that concept's been in movies before. At least they explain it in other movies. She's All That. Hey, we're going to do a group dance. Usher taught us it.
She's All That's really good.
It's so good. She's All That's
Prinze
fantastic.
Jr. did a lot of good stuff then.
He was the king of the late 90s, early 2000s.
He really was.
The straight up king.
Yeah. He did so much good stuff. He still continues. He's like one of the nicest human beings from what I've heard as well. Like basically gave up acting to just be a dad.
Why not? I mean, you married a smoking hot snipe.
Do you think so? I'm not high on Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Well, what?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I don't know. Cruel Intentions? Sure.
Man,
Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Nah. You know what? Maybe here's where it comes from. Oh my God, I am fucking so deeply rooted in my beliefs about shit. Buffy the Vampire Slayer fucking sucks. You know why? Because they made a movie that was way better.
Just because it has Luke Perry in it doesn't make it better.
Well, Luke Perry was a dreamboat, but also so was the chick who played Buffy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bro, she was so hot.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like her. I don't know. I like Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah, I do too. On Cruel Intentions. That's it. I don't even like her as fucking Daphne in the Scooby-Doo movies. Oh, shit. That just dawned on me. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr. are both in those movies.
Yeah, I know. I think they were probably together by that time.
Probably.
Married even. She
Terrible
was so
Daphne.
hot in Buffy, though. God damn it.
Velma was super hot in Scooby-Doo.
Well, the actress, the Velma actress, is
A smoke show.
Yeah, she is just a real snipe, brother.
Yeah.
Snipey, sniper.
Yup. She is a big city slam.
Huge. Yeah, that baby. Freddie Prinze Jr. They did so many. Did you actually know they did? Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr. did I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I don't remember him being in that movie. I remember her being in that movie.
Jennifer Love Hewitt is in it.
Jennifer Love Hewitt's a smoke show too.
Yeah, Ryan Phillip. I feel like I Know What You Did Last Summer is just a smoke show movie.
But Sarah Michelle Gellar was with Ryan Phillippe, wasn't she? No,
Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon. Yeah.
Man,
Reese Witherspoon's another chick who's got her moments.
That's true.
Sweet Home Alabama, good movie.
Sweet Home Alabama, good movie.
Legally Blonde, good movie. She was awful with Full Intentions.
Do you think? She did so good in Fear.
Yeah. Oh, Fear was fucking
Fear, man. That movie is so. Ooh, man, they hit you on every angle with Fear.
Yeah, they do. That's a fucking thriller.
Yeah, buddy. I mean, it is a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
Of a movie.
Mark Wahlberg. Wash my clothes on his abs.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Oh, man.
I like that you sit and look up all these facts while we sit and talk about them. I guess
sometimes I got to know. I just got to know sometimes. I'm just curious. Like, things that I would have never known. Not Cruel Intention. I'm sorry. Sarah Michelle Gellar, was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, obviously.
Yeah.
But her first movie, I Know You Did Last Summer. Yep. And then she was in Scream 2.
She was in Scream 2?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I Know What You Did Last Summer movies. I feel like we're good movies. But
She's All That as uncredited?
Oh, interesting.
Holy fuck, I might need to watch it just to see if I can find that sniper.
I Know What You Did Last Summer came... I felt like it was just trying to ride the Scream buzz.
It was riding the Scream buzz. I mean, that's...
So, although good movies, it wasn't Scream to me. The first Scream was just a good movie.
Yeah, of course it was. Dude, to be fair, it was really unique. For the first time ever, the horror genre wasn't some obtuse mental... it wasn't like a dream creature. It wasn't like a zombie. It was like you're literally their friend. Yeah.
It was a serial killer movie. Like what serial killers are in real life almost.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being, fucking...
Matthew Lillard was in that movie.
Yeah, he was.
Wasn't he the guy? Yeah, he was the guy.
Yeah, he was one of the guys. I think there was more than one guy.
Man. Yeah, there's two. What a weird era.
It was.
And these guys all stuck together too.
Yeah.
Like Ryan Phillippe, Sarah Michelle Gellar did Cruel Intentions. And then they also did I Know You Did Last Summer. And Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar did several movies together, obviously.
It's kind of like the Brat Pack.
Yeah, I think it was. Matthew Lillard. See, think of it like this. Matthew Lillard did Scream. Sarah Michelle Gellar did Scream 2. They both did I Know What You Did Last Summer with Freddie Prinze Jr. And then all of a sudden, they're all together in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. It was it had to have been the late 90s, 2000s version of the Breakfast Club crew compared to the Brat Pack. Every era's had their actors who just kind of stick together and make movies together.
True. Matthew Lillard and Freddie Prinze Jr. made Summer Catch.
Mm-hmm. Summer Catch is another really good movie.
Yeah, underrated.
Yeah. Freddie Prinze Jr. has a cookbook? Yeah, apparently he's a fucking killer chef.
What can't he do?
Literally nothing.
He is my favorite actor. I mean, if you ask my wife, she'll tell you he's by far and away my favorite actor.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, he doesn't have a lot of... I don't even want to say that's true. You look at him in a movie, and you don't feel like he's got a lot of range. But he played Kanan Jarrus in Star Wars Rebels. And although you could hear it was Freddie Prinze Jr. in the voice, it really gave that character more depth. And like he really did a great job with that character. Like I feel like I wasn't watching a cartoon a lot of the time when I was watching that show.
That's always good.
Yeah. He also worked for WWE. So like
did writing for WWE.
Yeah.
Big wrestling fan, which is
at
cool.
At this point, I mean, you have an incredible knack for making best friends.
I do have an incredible listen. Okay, speaking on that, Joe Manganiello from True Blood from Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Plays Dungeons and Dragons.
Uh-huh.
I signed up for a chance to win a game of Dungeons and Dragons with Joe Manganiello. Why did I do this? Because I know if you give me 1 hour with this man, we'll be attached to the hip.
I don't want to say you'll be attached to the hip, but you'll probably be good friends. And I'm fine with that because who you're friends with become my friends by proxy.
Think if Joe Manganiello came to a wax show, bud.
Oh, that'd be
big get.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be in LA for WrestleMania.
We are going to be in LA for WrestleMania.
So maybe he pops in then. Maybe he brings in Sofia Vergara.
That's what I'm saying. So, I know when to shoot my shots, and that was the time to shoot. I'm a big shooter now.
That's the important. You are a big shooter. Big shooter. We watch too much of this show, man.
Yeah, Letterkenny, man. It always wraps around. Letterkenny just changed my whole life. Dialogue-wise and everything. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Not me.
I said TikTok today.
God.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody and was just taking his fucking time.
TikTok.
And I said,
TikTok.
TikTok.
Pitter-patter. Pitter-patter, let's get at her.
Yeah. More hands make less work,
Yeah, it does. It's true. Hey, You'll never work a day in your life if you love what you do.
Yep. Yeah, so Joe Manganiello, Freddie Prinze
Jr. They're just...
I would like to talk to both of them, honestly.
Oh, me too. Oh, I would...
I mean,
same thing with... This goes back to our Vlad thing.
Right. By the way, speaking of the Vlad thing, did a little more Googling on the guy yesterday. He's got an IMDb page. He's also been spotted as recently as at least 2017 at the Cauliflower Alley Club in a picture with Bruce Pritchard. And Bruce Pritchard posted it to his Twitter and said, "I found him."
Do you think he goes every year?
He might. I know some people who have gone to Cauliflower Alley and who have never mentioned it, but I also don't know if they, A, know who Superfan Vlad is.
If you don't know who fucking Vlad is, do you even watch wrestling?
Probably not. B, I don't know if they're as obsessed with this human being as you and I are.
Probably not. Who is? I mean, this is something that...
Honestly?
I didn't want to go to Cauliflower Alley Club for any reason whatsoever. I never really could think of the reason why, and now I have a reason.
A weird amount of people are actually obsessed with Vlad. Like, there's Reddit threads on this dude.
There's web pages.
Yeah. So, I mean, but yeah, he has been spotted. So he must still enjoy wrestling to some degree. I want to talk to people who love wrestling. And Joe Manganiello, Freddie Prinze Jr., like, we talk about movies and what we're watching. Like,
I mean, Magic Mike 1 and 2, top 5 movies of all time for me.
Yeah. And we're wrestlers as well. So we can just kind of sit and shoot the shit and become, best friends. Just be our best friend, okay? Doesn't have to be weird unless you make it weird. I'm not going to make it weird. Don't look at me like that, Chris.
Why you got to be so fucking awkward, bud?
You're right. I'm sorry. Listen, just if you're listening to this, come on our show with or without your wives. I don't care. I'm married too, so.
I'm also married, so really I don't care either. Maybe the wives can start a podcast.
Oh, that would be fucking sick, eh?
Wives of assholes.
First of all, the four of us are not assholes.
No, but I just feel like that'd be a good name for it.
What if we became best friends with this is fucking getting wild now.
Yeah, you're just making shit up, bud.
Yeah. What if we became best friends with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Joe Manganiello?
Love it.
And our wives became best friends with their wives. Yep. And they filmed a TV show about being wives of two really famous people and two
not famous at all people?
Yeah, locally decently known people.
Famous and not doo-doo. Well, the boys go out with Freddie Prinze Jr. Hey, Freddie Prinze Jr., who are these schlubs that you're with? Hey, Freddie Prinze Jr., who are you hanging out with these two idiots for?
I would love it if he was like, you don't know who these fucking guys are? These are Bash Bros.
I wish. I fucking wish. super famous with Tom Segura, by the way.
We are, yeah. Tom Segura loves us. Hates wrestling.
Hates wrestling, loves the Bash Bros. We transcend
Loves the
wrestling.
Bash Bros. Yeah, we do. We really do. I mean, it's to be expected, I guess.
Yeah, we're very popular children.
Yeah. We're just nice guys.
Yeah, just a couple of nice guys. Nice shooters, Nice snipes.
I mean, yeah, you're right. We're a couple of snipes.
Couple furthest,
Snipiest. Is it in poor taste to sit and talk about us being nice guys? Like, does that sound like bragging? I feel like it should be, but we are.
It's definitely bragging. It's definitely bragging, right?
No, but
Maybe?
It's true.
Yeah, I know. But maybe it's something we just don't talk about.
We're just a couple of fun, nice dudes to hang out with. If you're, Joe Manganiello, Freddie Prinze Jr., or you want to book some show, whatever, or Vlad, I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want. Do some dick dingers. I don't give a shit.
Do some dick dingers. That's fucking, do some schneef.
Yeah.
Letterkenny has its own language. The best part about Letterkenny is it really does have its own language. It's a Canadian product. They have their Canadian accents. They speak fast, and they have their own phrases, their own mannerisms, their own literal Wikipedia language slang page.
Here's one thing that really popped me today. So I think it was season 2.
Yep.
They have that big, long conversation about calling schneef, schniff.
Schniff, yep.
And then calling a queef, a quiff.
Yep.
And then season 4, Gail queefs, and Darius says it's a queef, and Wayne goes,
Wayne says it's quiff. Yep. That's the best part about the show. Like, there is being able to marathon it, I think, is a huge benefit because there are so many references to past episodes. Episode 1, the hockey players are kind of making fun of Wayne for, your sweetheart or your sweetie cheated on you. Hey, bud. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, I got kicked in the knackers. And then in season 2, it starts. And then they drive up to the driveway, and he goes, "Oh, seems like your sweetie cheated on you, boys." He just turns it around on him. And I'm like, if I didn't watch this all in a row, I don't know if I'd ever pick that up.
Yeah, no. It's fluidly. It's just so fucking fluid and so good.
Stuart?
Oh, we're probably getting pretty close on time here. We barely scratched the surface of our X-Men debate.
Okay, well, we'll get back to X-Men next episode, like you suggested.
Yeah,
I feel like you baited me in.
I did nothing.
And you're like, I will confuse him by talking about Freddie Prinze Jr. And then we'll come back to this next week. That's what I felt like you were doing.
I groomed you.
Don't say that. That's weird. I don't like when people say that. It's weirds me out.
Look me in the eyes. I love you.
I love you too. It's fucking weird though. Don't say groom. I don't like that. It's weird. It's a weird terminology.
Listen, I know what you like. Freddie Prinze Jr.
Freddie Prinze Jr. He's a man.
I know.
And Zac Efron. What a hunk.
Oh yeah, he's the hunkiest.
God, he is a big city slam if I've ever seen one.
For sure.
He is the ultimate sniper.
Yeah. Neighbors is a really good movie.
So good. Neighbors 2 is good, like for sequel, not bad.
I haven't seen Neighbors 2.
It's about a sorority comes into town. Same concept as the first one, just slightly different.
Yeah. I mean, why mess with the formula, right?
That's what I'm saying. But again, that's why I feel like Letterkenny's so good. Formula doesn't really change. Wayne's still a badass. Derry's still kind of like a goofy, lighthearted, lovable character. And Squirrely Dan.
Squirrely Dan. That's what I appreciate about Sims.
Is that what you appreciate about me?
Show's so good. Jinx, you owe me a Coke, eh?
Oh, God damn it.
Never buy you a Coke.
Fuck you. Never buy you a Coke.
Fuck, man, I love that show. Okay.
It's so good.
All right.
Everybody in podcast land, please just watch Letterkenny. This is the first 2.5 minutes. That's it.
Yeah, honestly, it'll hook you. You'll love it, and you'll want to just keep watching every episode for the next several days afterwards, like the both of us have.
Yep, pretty much.
And you're not going to be disappointed. And they're short seasons, too. That's what I like about them.
8 episodes.
6 or 7, actually.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're quick.
First couple of seasons are 6 episodes. All the seasons are actually, quote unquote, 6 episodes. But then they start to add in that with the St. Patty's Day episode, a special holiday themed episode.
Yes,
episode 7.
they've done a few of them. I've seen the St. Patty's Day one, which was fucking so funny.
So good.
So that St. Patty's Day episode was, they brought up "Don't Be a Poopy Pants." Loved it. They have a Christmas episode, which is fucking hilarious. They have a Valentine's Day episode, which is pretty good. Halloween episode, yep. Oh man, that Halloween episode was really funny too.
Yeah,
because Wayne hates kids, but he gives out the full size candy bars.
Yeah,
because he just likes good value. And then Bonnie McMurray.
Yep.
Oh, you snipe.
Yep, for sure. Anyways, we should probably end it here before things get weird again between me and you. Your eyes are closed.
I have like half a chub.
Just half, huh? You should probably get that looked at.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm full mast over here, bro.
Full mast. Damn.
Yeah, for Bonnie McMurray.
Bonnie McMurray. Dude, just one last thing. I know it's getting late in the day. Letterkenny has these fucking smoking hot smoke shows on the fucking planet in that show.
Yeah, 100%.
Even have you got to the point where Gay's in it?
Yes.
Oh man, even Gay's so hot.
She's a little cutie too.
Yeah, just
popped the fuck out of me when her mom came and got her too.
Did you notice that her mom
I did.
went on the date with Wayne? She was too hard. Love that show.
Yeah,
fuck.
Real good show.
Okay, we'll let it go.
All right.
Next week.
My wife just texted me and said, "How long is this shit?" It's as long as we fucking want it to be.
Yeah, she shut up. You jerk.
Easy on the shut up skis.
Okay, fine.
You don't want to say that. She's a lady.
I take
still.
it back. She's not gonna listen to this.
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna be forced to listen to me edit it.
There's no editing. How dare you?
I got to throw in, the song at the beginning. I love that song, by the way.
It's real weird.
It is weird. That's what I love about it.
I know. I'm just saying. It's okay. I enjoy it plenty.
Yeah,
I enjoy it plenty.
So.
Next week, X-Men.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about it because I fucking hate Wolverine.
I fucking hate you.
I love Cyclops. He's the true hero.
Tweet us. You know what? Tweet us who your favorite comic book character is at Bash Bros Tag Team. I want to hear what people's favorite comic book character is. If you want to specify who your favorite X-Men character is, I'm okay with that as well. It better be Wolverine or Gambit. Just putting that out there.
Gambit's fine. Wolverine's a piece
Gambit's
of shit.
fantastic. Or Rogue. I'm okay with Rogue as well. Smoke show. Yeah, you know what? Next week we're going to talk about this because I've got some issues in that regard with Rogue as well. So let's do this again next week where we'll talk about the X-Men.
Yep, next week.
Yeah.
X-Men.
Right. Okay. Well, hey, I love you, buddy.
Love you too, buddy.
Right.
Jingle bounce to the jingle, pounce like a bango, pounce like a bango, tiger inspired, twisted like tango wire, stuff eyes on these rhymers. It's the freak styler. Hate this life, but love this craft. Skip class, get gas like a lit match, kick gas, spit fast, spit past you with a dash on this track coming at you.
Bros.